The Department of Health and Human Services proposing new oversight of ingredients deemed generally recognized as safe, a step the administration says toward a first-ever federal definition of ultra-processed foods. The move could give the FDA more visibility into what's actually in our food, and it comes amid outbreaks of both Cyclospora and Salmonella. We're joined now by Acting FDA Commissioner Kyle Diamantis and our food and wellness reporter, Brandon Gomez. Brandon, so much to kick us off.
Yeah, thanks, Kelly. Thank you, Commissioner, for joining us today. Appreciate it on the news.
Hey, great to be here. Thanks.
So let's talk about what exactly changed today, because you say, right, this is the first step in defining what actually is ultra-processed foods. And look, if I'm one of the CEOs of these major companies that makes these foods, like a Coca-Cola or a Pepsi, I'm going back to the ingredient list. I'm looking to see what might raise a red flag going forward to the FDA. I mean, have you talked to some of these companies about what the policy changes today might actually mean?
Yeah, look, so today's announcement, it's a major milestone for Secretary Kennedy and President Trump's Make America Healthy Again agenda. What we're doing today is a proposed rule to address a longstanding gap in transparency related to FDA's GRAS standards. So if you go back to the 1950s, Congress first passed a law, setting forth what food additives are. And as part of that, Congress said there's this group of ingredients, these GRAS substances, that companies could introduce into commerce without having to notify the FDA. That was intended to be an exemption from the pre-market approval process. However, over time, that GRAS pathway has become the primary pathway that ingredients now enter the market. So sitting here today, FDA does not have oversight or knowledge of all of the substances currently in our food supply. So what this regulatory change would do is require that any company introducing a new ingredient into the food supply provide FDA with information about their conclusion that that ingredient is safe, both prospectively and retrospectively. So this is a major initiative. It's a major transparency win for the American people, and we think it's the right regulation. And I would say that industry, from having a lot of engagement with them, wants strong federal GRAS standards in place here. So I think industry is going to largely be supportive of this. And we also know that there's a lot of work on Congress interested and generally recognized as safe. So we'll continue to working with Congress as well.
So you talk about new ingredients and new products that are being brought to market. But if there's anything that's existing, I mean, I'm trying to understand exactly how the policy will play out, because, again, if you're one of these companies that has one of these products and the intention of MAHA is to remove some of the products that are in the food supply system that are harming Americans, what does that process actually look like? Are we removing products from shelves? What is the actual process?
So two different processes here. First, on the GRAS side, think of that as the pre-market side of this, right? So if you look at a new ingredient prospectively, they're going to have to notify FDA whenever they decide to introduce a new ingredient into commerce. For ingredients already on the market, what we're proposing is a more streamlined process where they would notify FDA that they've previously determined that a substance is GRAS. Both prospectively and retrospectively, we will list those substances on our current GRAS inventory database so that there's full transparency for the American people. Something else we've done under this administration is launch the first systematic post-market process. So before this administration took place, there was no systematic process at FDA to review food additives or GRAS substances. Before this, once an ingredient was in, it was in the food supply unless there was a congressional investigation, adverse events requiring FDA to look at it. But we've now changed that, and we're systematically taking a look at ingredients, particularly those that moms, consumers in other countries view as the most problematic.